Happy Monday, everyone. I want to thank you for joining me today on my channel, and I'm going to bring you another layout for the March for the Love of Homemade kits. And I figure we go real time because I just thought I'd explain a little bit about what's going on in my life and what you may or may not see on my channel. So let's go ahead and get started. I have these 4 pictures. These were of my mom and my 2 sisters and me on a Mother's Day. And then this is a picture of the necklace that we gave our mom. And it's probably hard to see in this picture, but the person who created it took all of our names. So mine, Kristen, and then I have my brother Brian is here. Laura is here, and then Bonnie is here. So all 4 of our names are in this necklace for my mom. So anyways, I thought I'd scrapbook that so that can be seen. So again, I'm using papers that were kind of the farm market look from 2 paper pads. So today I thought what I would do is I'm going to put the 4 pictures into a block, and then what I want to do is mat this, but using like leaving a 1/4 inch border. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim off the bottom of this one. So anyways, as you've probably all heard, because that's the only thing on the news right now, is that around the world we have the coronavirus taking place, and I work for a major credit card company, and I work in a department that has regulatory guidelines as far as how we answer our customers' disputes and the time frames that we have to answer them. And as of right now, there is no exceptions to the time frames. It's still BAU as far as that goes. And so most banks have resiliency plans in place. And for our bank, because it's a large bank, we have offices around the world. And for normal disasters like a fire or hurricane or typhoon, things like that, a location in a different state or a different country would pick up the slack. Okay, I cut that wrong talking. Hang on, let's cut this again. So, I don't know if the powers that be were really planning for pandemic and to basically have it something that's worldwide, where another brick and mortar facility could take over. So for the last week and a half, we have been going around, and our management has been trying to implement our systems so that we can do access from home and do work from home. And I think that, and there again, it's a matter of, we have the ability, it's just a matter of what can the systems take as far as volumes. And then you're dealing with people's home computers and what they have in their home, the smaller internet providers, and can they handle the volume of at-home workers and that kind of stuff. So yeah, so for the last week I have not been scrapbooking. I have not participated in Calvin Ball. I've been doing work-related stuff, and my company also has major overtime going right now. with the intent of having our work inventory basically down to nothing, so that if they had to close our facility for any length of time to clean or whatever, that we have a little bit of padding in our time frames. So I've been working 11-hour days all last week, and I put in 8 hours on Saturday, and I anticipate the same thing taking place all during next week. So that being said, I know this is coming out on Monday, which is the 16th, and I would normally put out my 6x6 on the 6th, and my plan is to come home from work tomorrow and probably do another real-time video if I can. And then I'm also going to be doing a hop with the Moira O'Reilly and her the Mercy Tierra Facebook group. We're doing our spring inspiration hop on the 18th, and I'm still going to try and come home and do real-time scrapbooking, but my creative juices have kind of gone to the wayside. I am extremely tired, so I don't know what you're going to get, but it's not for not wanting to put out good content. I really do, but you know, work and company and family, that all takes priority. And I know I had said back at Christmas time, I had told you all that my dad had been in the hospital. He's got COPD. He was a firefighter for many years during the 70s, when the protective gear probably wasn't the best. And so, you know, my mom is obviously very, very nervous about them getting, because as she looks at it, somebody like them, it would be a death sentence for. So, you know, and helping them out, and now trying to kind of staying away, you know, but supporting over the phone. It's just been a lot going on, and I'm sure, you know, there is many other people that are in the same boat that we are and dealing with the same thing. So I just wanted to, you know, kind of touch base and say, you know, I appreciate everyone who is a follower on my Facebook or on my YouTube channel, and I want to apologize if it gets quiet for a little while. It's just until this is over and things go back to a normal. You know, I don't anticipate this overtime going forever. Gotta take it while you can. My paycheck next week is gonna be really sweet. However, you know, I'm trying to not get myself to where I'm run down. And of course my ATG runs out. Okay, we're moving on to the good old tape. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm kind of sad. I was really on a roll with my Calvin Ball. I was having a lot of fun, and I'm still going to try and put this one up on Calvin Ball, but I haven't even pulled up the rules. So tomorrow when I post the video, I'll look and see what the rules are for the current day, and then I'll just count up whatever points I can get from it. And if things go a little bit more normal, okay, this, not to change, but this Sukwang score tape, once it goes down, it's not forgiving, so I have a little bit of a gap. I'm gonna live with it. I'm not worried. It may drive some other people crazy, but there's worse things in life going on right now, so I'm not gonna sweat the small stuff. So I have that. So my idea is just to go ahead and block these pictures. And then that's just, and I did off camera fussy cut the flowers that and some butterflies that were on other paper within my kit. So we're just going to see where we can take this. So I'm thinking I'm going to go lower with it, maybe? Or do I want to go higher? I'm thinking here. Let's just leave it there for right now. And then I thought I could tuck, excuse me, some of the flowers to make my clusters. Some of these are really big, so I don't want to have huge on this one since the this is taking up enough real estate. So I don't want to go like super big with it, but something like that where I can tuck those in. And that's kind of, I can bring it down a little. I kind of like that. Now I could go, this sticker sheet has some border strips. I could pull in a little bit of pink, but I think that would just emphasize that too much. And I don't know if I want to go there. And then I have this black strip, which I could cut. Actually, I could do it like washi tape and cut a small piece up here and then another one down here. So let's go with that. So I'm just going to cut it in half on the sticker sheet. And then I think what I'll do is just make it a banner. I like this. There's a tag that says Love Grows Here. I think I'm going to use that. So hopefully everyone is doing well and that you're not all affected by this craziness. And if you are, that you can have fun and scrapbook. Our local winery, they've got the greatest marketing. They now are offering drive up or curbside wine. I think they're going to have a good rush on that. Basically, if you call ahead and you tell them what kind of wine you want, they will bring the wine out to your car at the curb. So for all those that are going to be stuck in the house with all their kids that are going to be home from school, they have the ability to get their wine, which is a good thing. And let's see. My husband works for a university, and he's in building operations. So they've told the kids not to come back from spring break because they were already out on spring break. So for them, they're just going to do it over the computer, which is smart. Especially if they don't have, if they have the ability and the technology. Okay, I kind of like this one. So I can tuck that kind of under. I'll have to cut off maybe a few, or I can go over. And then there was this other small, where's that one at? There's this one here. Kind of like that. Then I can run it across like that. That's not too bad. And then I had a couple little bits that I could run up the side to kind of make the corner. And then I had one other one that was like a fern. I could run that one like that. And I don't always go for 3. I don't think it necessarily needs it. Especially, I'm just kind of doing it on the diagonal. So we're going to go ahead, I like how this looks. I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down and call it good enough. And again, I have to use my score tape, so I'm not going to use as much because, again, once it goes down, it's not moving. There we go. Yeah, I'm kind of sad. I was on a roll for the doing the Calvin Ball. Is anybody else participating in Calvin Ball? I was having fun. I wasn't definitely not going to be the winner of all the points. I was just really had my goal of a layout a day. I think that's a realistic goal. And like I said, once this happened, and the overtime took over, I think this week I had 23 hours in overtime. So my next paycheck is going to be sweet. I'm going to have to like treat myself to, I know I'm on a spending freeze, but I think I earned a trip to Tuesday morning for this one. So, but the good thing is I have enough supplies in my house that if I'm quarantined for any length of time, I don't know about you guys, but I will have the ability to scrapbook like crazy. And if for some reason this whole work from home thing doesn't work and I'm quarantined at home, you're going to have a lot of video content. But right now, no. All right, so we're going to put this one, and I'm going to go up to the edge on this one, and I am covering up my sister a little bit, but that's okay because she's here and here, and I'm only covering up her shirt, so it's really not going to affect you still know who's there, and covering up a little of her shirt is not going to be a crisis. So we're going to go ahead and tuck that one like that. And then what I'll do is I'll trim any of these loose bits that are hanging over. Those will get trimmed off and go on an even edge, and no one will know. There we go. Yeah, I haven't even looked at the Calvin Ball stats yet. I was kind of curious, and I should look at the numbers and see who's in the lead. It should be pretty cool. Back to the love of homemade kits. In the description box below, you will find, I will have a link to Christina Sorage's blog post, her website. And in there you can find, if you want to play along, it's never too late, you can find the recipe to build your own kit. And again, you can kind of tweak it to what works best for you. And like I did do a little bit of tweaking of my stuff. And then, okay, I hate when you do this and then you can't remember how you had it. I think I went above. I'm going to cut this foliage off because if I'm going to cover it up, I might be able to tuck it in somewhere else. So there's no sense wasting it. So let me go ahead. This one is going to be there. I could turn it. Okay, I like that, and I'm getting the most of the florals. So let me go ahead and tape him down. So anyways, they're also in the description box below. You will find the link to the March videos, and in there it should be everyone's kit share and everyone's process videos so far. I know that Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life has been keeping up and making sure all the videos have been linked in there. So you can follow along if you want to see. I know that different scrapbookers have different styles. So like there is Hannah Lemieux is in there, and Christy and Christina Sorge and several others. And some of them I tend to be a little bit more of a clean, whereas there's others that are more mixed media. So you can get in there and see how the one recipe is interpreted by the different people that are making the kits and their videos, and you can see it from start to finish. So I really recommend you go and check it out and give some love to all the others that are participating in this month's For the Love of Homemade kits. And in addition to that, you can also find on my channel, and you can find in let's see, I'm not liking that too much. Let's move that over. And then maybe I'll take that like that. And that hides that gap. Okay. You can find in my channel the playlist for this month of my videos. And you can find the playlist for the last 2 months of my videos on my channel. And then again, through Christy's, through the link, you can find each month we have the playlist in which you can go in and check out the different recipes. We kept them separated, so in each playlist is strictly going to be for that month and that recipe, so that it's not hopping around a lot. So I think I was going to put this coming in down here. And that kind of branches that down to its angle. And then I thought I could do the title Celebrate Moms. I just have to see if I have enough letters. So let's see here. Okay, I think that's it for the flowers. And then then we'll have these available for when I go to make other layouts. I mean, they're pretty huge, so I mean, I could go and put another small one here, but I think that's just overkill. And so I'm just going to leave it with the 2. Okay, so now I got my butterflies I still want to put on. And I'm going to cut some vellum butterflies maybe. And I still have the sticker. So let's start with our title. Oh, you know what I do have? I have this chipboard. Maybe instead of Celebrating Moms, I could do... I have this Never Stop Blooming. That's kind of cool. I don't mind that. And then I have this chipboard. Let me get the Love Grows Here. Or can I tuck it? Let's see. And then I do have this banner. It would be nice to get some chipboard used up. I could go either, hopefully you guys are seeing this. could do it up above in the upper corner. Just poke these out. Sorry if I'm off screen here. Okay, I kind of like that, because then it brings the colors in. It gives me the third cluster. And then there's this that says beautiful that I could put down here. So now I would have chipboard in each section. Kind of like that. And I'm actually thinking for this, now it's stuck. If I take off a layer of the chipboard here, so if you ever have chipboard that's kind of thick and you don't want that much dimension, you can just kind of take a little bit off. And I'm thinking I want a layer of this off as well. Peel a little bit so that just doesn't all look bunchy. Do I want to bring that down too? I think I'm going to take it off of all of them. I mean, it's still got dimension. It's just not going to be really, really in your face bulky. It's just going to be a little bit less. So let me get just a little bit of that. There. So I just split it in half, so I don't know if you can see. It's still got dimension, it's just not as thick. And then I just have to use my own adhesive. And now it's just not like really falling off the page. So let's go ahead and glue those down. I like where they look. And that got a few of those pieces on. Because it's really my intent to really try and get more stuff from my stash onto layouts. I do a lot of fussy cutting, and so I tend to forget about going to my other supplies. So this is a good way of getting them used. So glue this down. And like I said before, I know I've said it in a couple of videos, if you want some really good adhesive and it's not too terribly bad price-wise, this Suk Wang score tape, I get it at the Scrapbook Expo, and I know they have them at several different locations around the country in the US. This stuff works amazing. I mean, it really has a good hold. So if you're in an area where you have a lot of moisture, I have not had anything fall off. The only downside to it is once you commit to a place on your layout, you better like where it's at, because it's not coming back up again. It's really going to stick. So I like that. And just make sure it's not crooked. Alright, so then we'll get this one down. So as of right now, because I'm filming this and by the time I upload it, it's around 6 o'clock at night. So hopefully I'll get this all uploaded so that it will be ready tomorrow morning. And depending on how my work day goes tomorrow, I will film and do another real-time video, just so I don't have to add editing to my video. I will try and do the 6x6 tomorrow, And then I have the layout that I need to do for Moira for the Mercy Tira hop that I'm going to try and do on Tuesday. Like I said, it's just, I've been coming home and been extremely tired. And it's funny because my husband, he does a physical job, and mine is sitting behind a computer monitor all day. And you just don't realize how just the non-moving really takes a toll on your body and sanity. So now I figured for these, I'm just going to sprinkle a few butterflies here and there. I kind of like the purpley ones. Let's see. Kind of like the pink. And one kind of up there. I'm going to try and... No. Let's see. A little one there. And I just, when I do my butterflies, I just try and vary the size and the colors if I can. So I think that's maybe one more. Yeah. Kind of want a lighter one. There. Okay, so I think those are good. So let me glue these down. And this is definitely a girly kind of spring, you know, again, it was Mother's Day. So I think it goes pretty good with this whole spring market. I went last weekend, Illinois and Wisconsin, they do, it's called a vintage shop hop. And so I went with my sister and we have a friend who's got a vintage shop. And so we went and went into Wisconsin and hit up a few of the different vintage shops. It is so much fun. So we did take a few pictures, as I figured with this kit, I would be able to do a cute layout with our Girls' Day pictures of, you know, our vintage shop hop. We do it, it's every March. I think they do another one in the fall, but we always go to this one in March and really like it. So kind of got a couple little pretty things, but it's kind of fun. Even it's fun and sad when you start going through these vintage shops and finding things from your childhood that are all of a sudden classified as vintage. I'm like, wait a minute, yeah, it was just a few years ago. So that's kind of a funny, you know, we were reminiscing about, you know, toys that we had seen, or like I was a child of the 70s, so, you know, you're seeing the Corningware bowls and stuff that are, you know, people are now going back and looking at as being wonderful, and that was just something that was in our household. So I think my mom probably still has all her Corningware bowls and stuff. All right, so I'm happy with that. Let's look at the sheet and see if there's anything that we can put on that's not going to overload it. You know, sometimes less is more, and I like a lot of these, but I just think that right now with what I've got going on, this is full, so maybe just some enamel dots or some wood veneer. So let's go with that instead. I have some wood veneer that's got hearts in it. I'm thinking just some hearts in each. Let's see. Yeah, like that. And I don't think I'm going to put one up there because I think it would just be floating, and I don't want it floating. I don't know if I could put one like here. To me, it just looks like I'm just putting there for the sake of it, and it doesn't belong. So I'm not going to put that there. I'm just going to go with the 2. So let's go ahead and glue those down. And sorry if you hear my chair squeaking. I'm trying not to move too much. All right, there's that. And there's that. And I've got my Heidi Shine. I will probably use that. What other goodies do I have here? Oh, I had those wood buttons and I didn't use it. Oh well. I have these. That doesn't really go. That really doesn't have a place. So we'll skip that. And a little bow. I could put the bow up there. Yeah, let's do that. So instead of going and having, oops. So instead of going and having twine, I'm just going to put the bow up here instead. And I can still read the Love Grows here. I just need a little glue. And actually, if I put a little glue to each side of it, it'll glue the little area down. There we go. That works. And, oops, I didn't glue him down. Let's throw some wet glue on him. Oops, sorry if this is out of focus here. There. And I think all I need is some Heidi Shine. So let me go ahead and get this going. I just have a piece of paper to kind of cover up my desk a little bit. I'm really happy I'm using up this Maggie Holmes vellum. I've had that in my stash for several years, and it's one of those that's so pretty you hate to cut into it. And now I've gotten it onto 2 layouts so far, so that kind of makes me very happy. So let's just go ahead and sprinkle just a little along here. And I'll put a little bit at the top here. And then we'll put a little bit more on this side. Well, thanks for joining me today and listening to me babble. I know that, I don't know about you, but I'm having coronavirus overload every time I go onto Facebook or turn on the TV. So I apologize. I didn't mean to give you guys more coronavirus overload because I know we're all trying to escape the reality of this. But I really just truly wanted to give you guys an explanation that if all of a sudden you see videos stop on my channel, it's just because I'm working so much overtime right now that work is taking the priority over scrapbooking and YouTube videos. And once the overtime dies down and life goes back to a normal status again, I will go back to regularly posting my videos and things. And I'm going to try and keep up with it as much as I can without being totally exhausted from working around the clock. So with that said, here's my layout. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And again, I will try and be up with a 6x6 on the 6th tomorrow if all goes well, and on the 18th the YouTube hop for the spring Mercitiera inspiration hop, and after that, who knows. I know I haven't done a Freeze Friday video in a while, and again, it's just taken backseat to everything else, but I will at the end of the month for sure do a layout share, because I did make a bunch of Calvin Ball layouts that were not posted with videos, so I want to share those too. And check out the links in the description box below. It will have a link to, again, the recipe on Christina Sorage's blog post where you can build your own recipe, and then also the link to the playlist where you can go ahead and check out all the other videos that are being put up for March that go along with the March's kit share. So I want to thank you again for joining me today. All those who have subscribed, thank you so much. And everyone, please stay safe. And once everything goes back to a normal status, hopefully we'll get back into a normal range and have some more fun with our scrap supplies. So have a great day and happy Monday.